World Wire News Desk. Can minerals bring peace? For decades, the Great Lakes region of Africa has been defined by conflict, exploitation, and the haunting paradox of resource wealth. The Democratic Republic of Congo holds some of the world's most valuable mineral deposits: coltan, tin, tantalum, and tungsten, critical to the phones we use, the cars we drive, and the global economy that connects us. Yet, for millions living in eastern DRC, these minerals have brought violence, not prosperity. Now, in a dramatic diplomatic shift, the United States is leading peace talks aimed at ending the bloodshed by establishing a legal, transparent mineral trade between Rwanda and the DRC. This video dives into what's at stake, the deep-rooted history of the conflict, and the bold hope that diplomacy, driven by economic strategy, could usher in a new era of peace. History of DRC-Rwanda conflict. To understand the gravity of these talks, we must first revisit history. In 1994, Rwanda was shaken by one of the worst genocides in modern history. Over 800,000 people were murdered in 100 days. When Rwandan forces entered eastern Congo in pursuit of genocidaires, it sparked a regional war. What followed was 2 decades of chaos, displacement, and the deaths of millions. Rebel groups, some backed by regional governments, thrived in this lawlessness, and the DRC's mineral wealth became both a blessing and a curse. Profits from illegal mining funded weapons, fueled militias, and destroyed communities. Rwanda and the DRC became locked in a cycle of blame, denial, and border instability. Trust has been fragile, if not broken entirely. The role of minerals. Minerals power our digital world, but at what human cost? Eastern Congo supplies over 60% of the world's cobalt, a key ingredient in electric car batteries. Yet, many of these minerals are extracted in dangerous, unregulated conditions. Children as young as 7 are found mining with their bare hands, under the control of armed groups. Illegal exports funnel billions out of the DRC annually, while the Congolese people remain among the poorest on earth. This is where Rwanda enters the story. As a regional hub for mineral refining, Rwanda is both strategically positioned and economically motivated. But critics argue that Rwanda has benefited disproportionately from Congo's chaos, an allegation the Rwandan government denies. The U.S. Mediation Strategy. Now, the United States is stepping in not just as a peacemaker, but as a power broker. With global eyes shifting toward Africa's resources and China's expanding footprint, the US sees these talks as a strategic necessity. The goal? To create a legal, enforceable framework that allows Congolese minerals to be processed in Rwanda, taxed legally, and sold transparently on global markets. Both countries would benefit. The DRC gains revenue, security, and global legitimacy. Rwanda boosts its industrial economy with a clear legal mandate. The US ensures supply chain stability and reduces reliance on Chinese-controlled processing. This is not charity. It's geopolitical chess, but with very real consequences for the people on the ground. Potential impact and risks. But let's be honest, the path forward is filled with landmines. One of the biggest risks is trust, or the lack of it. Past peace deals have collapsed due to hidden agendas and broken promises. The DRC accuses Rwanda of backing the M23 rebels, who continue to terrorize villages. Rwanda denies this, pointing instead to internal Congolese failings. And while formalizing trade might stop smuggling, will it stop corruption, exploitation, or child labor? Without strong oversight and international accountability, this deal could become just another top-down policy that fails the people it claims to help. And then there's the question of justice. For victims of violence, women raped by militias, families torn apart. Will this economic handshake ever bring closure? A new path for peace. Despite the challenges, there is hope. These talks represent a bold, pragmatic step toward healing, a shift from bullets to balance sheets, from warlords to trade partners. If done right, this deal could build roads, not refugee camps, fund schools, not soldiers to turn miners into citizens, not victims. Peace cannot be imported. But it can be built layer by layer on a foundation of shared interests and mutual respect. The US must lead with humility, not hegemony. Rwanda and the DRC must commit not just to trade, but to truth, reconciliation, and reform. Final thought: if minerals have fueled decades of destruction, perhaps they can now fund a future worth living. But here's the question we leave you with: what will it take for the world to value African lives as much as it values African resources?